See everybody back from lunch, and if you are still noshing a little bit, please feel free to do so. My name is Glenn Van Zutphen. I'm based here in Singapore and the founder of VanMedia Group. And I'd like to offer you a billion reasons to sit back and relax and listen to this next presentation. And as you may guess, the billion reasons are the number of users that Tencent has every month. Our wonderful speaker, Caitlyn Chen, today is, among many things, a Jefferson Fellow from 2001 from the East-West Center. Round of applause for that. She was also a Neiman Fellow in 2003, and she is a vice president at Tencent. And her duties largely revolve around shaping the content ecosystem of Tencent, including news, sport, and other properties that they have. So I think it's really relevant for us today to talk with Caitlyn and hear her presentation. She's going to talk about AI for a while in her presentation and technology. And then after that, she and I will sit down and have a short discussion. Due to a problem with her voice today, she's a little bit under the weather, so we're going to keep our time together a little bit on the short side. So we'll just not open up to questions, but we'll discuss together a few issues. And we really hope that you enjoy the presentation. So now, Caitlyn Chen.
Thank you.
Wow, I don't know about you. After my Mandarin gave out, after I think the first word, hello, then I went to the translation. But the first, correct me if I'm wrong, simultaneous AI translation ever at an East-West Center media conference. You're the first one, so thanks for that, Caitlyn. This issue is so rich and has so many elements to it. But I want to ask you something a little bit different first, and that is about the firewall. Because I think we all recognize that it's there, we know it's there. And my question to you to open up our Q&A, unfortunately we don't have a lot of time, but what do you think about the firewall's impact, the Great Firewall's impact on Tencent business and how you guys can actually do your business in China?
Well, I think we respect and are committed to comply the laws, rules, and the regulations of in which the areas we are operating our news, our business as well. So we try to do our best to our consumers.
Within that structure, though, how do you operate and maintain the trust of your users who are all rightly concerned about their privacy and who's watching them and who's keeping track of them?
Well, as I said, we have the legal team actually work very seriously on how we protect our users' privacy and all the data. So, like we protecting the users' privacy and user data is being a very serious project in Tencent. We have very strict process to the management to care about the users, to make sure and ensure our users in a very security, very safe and reliable system and the environment, especially the teenagers. So we try to do what we can do to do that.
When we look at some of your competitors, some of them have a very aggressive strategy to buy up media properties, right? What is the Tencent strategy? You work with a lot of different media partners. What is your strategy around buying media properties, around growing that media ecosystem that you have already been developing?
Well, with Tencent, we always say we're willing to play a role like a connector with our users and our products to build a healthy ecosystem around the Tencent and the whole industry. So in terms of the media content business particularly, we do have choose some partners who are capable to produce high quality contents, and we make sure we can train them and we can support them to do their good jobs to maintain the whole system healthy. We don't want to just buy something or to do that because depending on what I said before earlier, it's the whole system have like over millions pieces every day and over millions creators every very vertical fields. So what we are doing is trying to support them and make the whole system healthy. That's help for Tencent, for users, for the creators, and also for the industry.
Glenn, maybe a final question?
Are we going to wrap it up? Can I just one more quick question about the Dreamwriter AI software that we saw? A room full of journalists, right? Why should they not be nervous about their jobs when you look at the amazing capability of that artificial intelligence?
So if you're a sports journalist, you go to the court and then you write a story about the scores of this this match, this game. So I think that you can, in the future, you can focus on the interviews of players and the coach. So save your time and give the machine to do something very basic.
So work on the higher value part of the story versus
exactly,
the lower
right.
value. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a nice round of applause to Caitlyn Chen from Tencent.
Thank you.
Thank you, Caitlin, and thank you, Glenn. Could our next panel come right up? Kulachara, could you gather all of your speakers?